Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about how to easily overcome self-doubt so that you can achieve confidence within yourself. Okay, so the first thing that I want to get into is self-image and why the self-image is so important. So firstly, what is the self-image? So the self-image is your perception of yourself, how good you are at things, how bad you are at things. And a lot of people these days, they have a warped self-image and have an inferiority complex, basically, right? So that means that they have such a poor self-image that they're actually they actually have this perception that they are worse than what they actually are, right? So to have an accurate self-image, then you need to understand that you're not better than what you are, but you're also not worse than what you are either, right? So to have an accurate self-image, it's a good idea to take account of the things that you are good at, the things that you are genuinely bad at too. Because you might be thinking that you're really bad at something or you're not really that great at something, when actually you're actually quite good at it. You may not be the best, but you're probably not the worst either. So it's a good idea to develop an accurate self-image of yourself. Right, and one of the ways that you can do that is you can just write down a few things about yourself, like, okay, I am able to do this, I am able to do that, I'm not so great at this. Make a inventory basically on what you are good at and what you are not so great at and the things that you need to improve on. Now, it's important that when you're writing things that you're not that great at, it's important that they're things that are actually important, that are relevant to you. Because you know what, if you say like, oh yeah, I'm no good at surfing, but you don't surf and that's not important to you, then there's no need to write those kinds of things down. But let's say you're at work, right, and you feel like you're really, really bad at public speaking, for example, and sometimes your job requires you to get up in a meeting and talk publicly, and you know that you're bad at that. Perhaps you've seen like videotapes of you speaking and you can tell that you're nervous and you're fumbling over your words and things like that. So you know that's something that you're not so good at, right? You may not be awful at it. There's probably still someone out there worse at it than you are, but at least then you know that, okay, this is something I need to improve. This is something I need to work on. But I'm not awful at it. I just get nervous, right? And kind of give yourself that accurate representation of yourself instead of beating yourself up about these things that you're not so good at when actually you're actually not too bad at it. It's just that you have a perception that you're worse than what you are, right? So having an accurate self-image is extremely important. But like I said, you don't have a self-image that makes you more better than what you are, right? It's important to have an accurate self-image of who exactly you are. Or, and it's also, but you shouldn't be seeing, you shouldn't be feeling like you're better than other people. You shouldn't be feeling like you're worse than other people. You are just you. And one of the main reasons why we have like a bad self-image, a lot of people, and I sometimes do as well on occasion, is that we compare ourselves to other people, but you're unique, you're completely you, right? So we should never really be comparing ourselves to other people because we're unique in different ways. We were brought up differently. We've got different heights, different body shapes, different eye colors. We've got different capabilities. We've got some natural abilities, some things that are not so natural to us, and we're all very unique and individual. And we should never be comparing ourselves to other people. So only compare yourself to who you were yesterday or the way that you were before, right? And always continue to try and improve that. Okay, so having an accurate self-image is going to really help, because if you are having trouble with your confidence, then it's more likely that you have an inferiority complex and you feel like you are worse than what you actually are, right? So you need to fix that. Okay, so another thing that can help you easily overcome self-doubt and to achieve confidence is if you're really unconfident with something and you're doubting yourself about a certain thing, then if it's something that you can practice, then do practice it, right? So let's go back to the public speaking example, right? If you feel like you're not good at that, then it might be a good idea to practice what you're going to say in your meetings or things like that. So get yourself in some practice, right? Because practice actually really does make perfect. And I know that's a cliche saying, but there's a reason why it's a cliche saying. If people say it all the time, then there's probably some truth to it, right? So practice really does make perfect. So if you're struggling with a certain subject, a certain area, then it's a good idea to practice it, because you will get better eventually. It may take you so a while to get really good at it, but eventually you will. And you know, if you're doing like minimal public speaking anyway, it's not something that you have to do every single day for a long time. Maybe it's something you may have to do every day for 5 minutes or something. But you know, if it's only a small amount of time, then you only need to get so good at it, right? You don't need to become perfect at it. You don't need to be the best at it. You just need to, you know, get so good at it that it doesn't actually bother you that much anymore, and you can easily do it without getting too worried about it and messing it up, basically. Another thing that can really help with your self-confidence and eliminating self-doubt is picking something that you're actually bad at, picking something that you're not so good at, and practicing that, right, and getting good at it. Right, so for example, if let's say you've always been bad at maths or something like that, and you want to prove yourself wrong that you can actually do mathematics or something like that, then practice that, do that, you know, maybe get a better grade at it or something, do something on the side to get yourself better at it, so you get that self-belief, because once you get a good grade or whatever it may be, it doesn't have to be that, but once you've become good at something that you were once bad at, it proves to you and it shows you that actually you weren't that bad at it to begin with, right? So find something that you're actually quite bad at, not that's so good at, and just start doing it more and get good at it, and then you'll realize that actually you do have a lot more in you than what you realized. Okay, so that's something else that can help. So when you're having these situations where you feel unconfident, what's really good and what's helped me, right, and I learned this from Tony Robbins, is that sometimes it's a good idea to recall times in your past where you have felt totally confident. Like perhaps you were really confident on a date, perhaps you're a really confident driver, or you're just picking something from your memory basically where you felt really confident and really good. So in those times when you're feeling unconfident, you know, draw from those times when you actually did feel confident, right? And visualize those times when you felt confident. And I guarantee that you will feel a lot better when you're doing that thing that you don't feel so confident about, because what you're doing is you're bringing that energy, that confident energy, now into the present moment when you're doing that thing that you're not so confident at. And that can really help as well. Just remembering times when you were confident, right? And that may just be enough. That awareness may just be enough. That, you know what, just because I'm not confident right now doesn't mean that I'm not a confident person. I've been confident in the past. I can be confident right now if I choose to be, right? And just sometimes just that awareness is enough, okay? So another thing that can really help with this as well, and this is the last point that I want to get into, is that if other people have done it, right? If other people have done the thing that you want to do, right? If other people have achieved it, if other people can do it, then so can you. It's within the human capabilities, right? It's within you. Like if other people can achieve certain things, you can achieve them as well, right? And you have to believe that, right? Because I know sometimes it can be a little bit tough to believe, like, oh yeah, I can never do that. That person can do that really well. But you can, right? If other people can do it, then you can do it as well. You know, it's like when the 4-minute mile got broken, like that record got broken. No one had ever done it before. But when it got broken, soon after, other people were breaking the 4-minute mile record. Right? And it was all because they saw someone else was able to do it, and they're like, okay, this is possible. It's possible to run a mile in 4 minutes, right? If other people can do it, I can do it too. And that's why loads of people now can run a mile in 4 minutes, because it's been done before. But it took that first person who had already done it to show other people that this is within our capabilities, this is humanly possible. And it's the same with all kinds of situations, right? If someone's a millionaire, and then there's plenty of millionaires now in the world today. If there's other millionaires out there, you can be a millionaire too. You just got to figure out the right strategy, right? Yeah, it's very simple when you think about it like that. So I hope this video has helped you to easily overcome self-doubt and achieve confidence. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.